Let me see if I can dumb this down to a point where a 5-year-old child can understand it, because it's not that hard to understand, okay? I'm going to tell you something right now. I've carried all my life. If I wouldn't do something to a human child, I wouldn't do it to a dog. That's how important dogs are to me. That's how I feel about dogs. Why would I say that now? Because B.F. Skinner, the very man that dog trainers blame for all this garbage they call dog training and the quadrants of dog training, would tell you point blank to replace your dog with a human child and ask you what you would do different. Why would he do that? Because he was replacing humans with dogs, pigeons, and rats in his lab. It wouldn't be so nice if he was doing experiments on human beings in his lab, right? But you got to realize that he had dogs, pigeons, and rats in his lab, and he was doing experiments on them to understand human behavior. The man was a human psychologist, and he proved beyond any shadow of a doubt that human beings are animals, and the causes of our behavior is no different from the cause of the dog. So let me get into what negative reinforcements really are. Let's say both you and your dog are scared of spiders. Okay, so if you're sitting on the couch comfortable with a glass of wine and a good book, and all of a sudden a hairy tarantula crawls across the floor, that hairy tarantula, that spider, is a negative reinforcement to you. That's going to generate your behaviors of fight and flight. As a natural animal behavior. It's natural for humans, it's natural for dogs, but dog trainers are telling you to shut down the behaviors. Okay? Now, let's replace the dog with a human. If I were to sit in front of or stand in front of a human child and start shoving food in their face because they're scared of a spider, it's the spider, the negative reinforcement in the environment is essentially punishing that child and generating the response of fight and flight. If I stand in front of that child, like dog trainers tell you to do, and start shoving food in the child's face, would that help them to overcome the fear? If I stand in front of that child and start yanking on a prong collar or shocking them, is that going to help them overcome the fear? Then why are you doing it to the dog? Because it's not going to do. It's going to do the same thing to the dog. It does nothing. It's ineffective. What you're trying to do is shut down behaviors. Stop behaviors. That's all we ever hear trainers say to do. Shut down behaviors. Stop behaviors. And it says right here, punishment is designed to remove a behavior from a bloody repertoire, whereas negative reinforcements generate behaviors. That's the difference. Stop this nonsense. Understand why your dog is going fight or flight. Understand why a human being will go fight or flight. Because there's something negative in the environment that you don't understand, but you're being told to reward and punish the dog for something that you don't understand. There's something in the environment that's punishing the dog. But you're being told to reward and punish the dog. You're rewarding a punishment, or layering on the punishment. But the punishment is in the environment. This crap needs to stop. People need to wake up. Please, wake up.